Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really focusing in on something a lot of us use or wonder about. Blue light blocking glasses. We're digging into the sources you sent to figure out, well, are these things actually protecting our eyes in this digital world? Or is it mostly just clever marketing on top of regular glasses? I mean, the reality is our eyes just weren't built for this. The average American, they're spending over 7 hours staring at screens daily. And for office workers, it can be closer to 11 hours. That's huge exposure. It leads to all sorts of issues like dry eyes, that burning feeling, headaches.
Exactly. And our mission today really is to get specific. We need to talk about the precise wavelengths of light doing the damage, not just light in general. We want to show you the real measurable benefits, better sleep, maybe even long-term health stuff, and crucially, how you can spot quality glasses that actually do the job, not just, tinted plastic. What's fascinating here is we're not just talking comfort, we're talking about actual engineering. A barrier against specific high-energy light that traditional glasses completely ignore. Understanding that difference is key.
Okay, so let's define the enemy first. Blue light. What exactly is it?
Right. So it's part of the visible light spectrum, but it's high energy. Shorter wavelength, think roughly 380 up to 500 nanometers.
And the sun's the biggest source, obviously, but the problem isn't the sun, is it? It's our gadgets.
It's the artificial sources screens, LEDs, because they're so concentrated. And we hold them like inches from our eyes for hours on end. That's the issue.
You mentioned that whole 380 to 500 range, but is all of it equally bad?
No, and that's a critical point. Within that blue light neighborhood, there's a specific block that's most concerning. We're talking about the range from about 415 to 455 nanometers. That's the zone most strongly linked to eye strain and, importantly, messing with our sleep.
Why that specific window, 415 to 455? What makes it so potent?
Well, unlike other light, this high-energy blue light punches straight through the eye's natural defenses, the cornea and lens, and hits the retina directly at the back. It's a direct pathway. So filtering that specific range becomes really important.
And for listeners out there, how would they know if they're experiencing this? Digital eye strain or DES? What are the telltale signs?
You'll likely notice a few things stacking up. Eyes feeling dry, maybe burning, definitely itchy after you've been on the computer or phone for a while. A big reason for the dryness, interestingly, is we just don't blink as much. Screen time can cut your blink rate by like 60%. 60%. That dries eyes out fast.
Wow, 60%. Okay, what else?
Then there are the headaches, often tension headaches, kind of in the temples or forehead. Blurred vision is common too, or finding it hard to refocus when you look away from the screen.
Neck and shoulder pain sometimes goes along with it too, right?
Absolutely. It's all part of the visual system being under stress. These aren't just minor annoyances, they're signals.
And the sleep connection, that seems huge. You scroll on your phone before bed.
And you're essentially telling your brain it's midday. That blue light directly suppresses melatonin.
The sleep hormone.
The sleep hormone. Research is pretty clear here. Just 2 hours of exposure before bed can slash melatonin production by something like 22%. And that can shift your internal clock, your circadian rhythm, by up to 3 hours. That messes up falling asleep, staying asleep, everything. Evening blue light is really a no-go for good sleep hygiene.
Okay, so the damage seems clear, especially for sleep. But there's still that skepticism, If it's just light, how can glasses really make that much difference? Is the science solid? Is it more than marketing? What's the actual engineering difference between these and my normal glasses?
That's the core question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Traditional glasses, prescription ones, they correct your vision, nearsighted, farsighted, astigmatism. They bend light. They're optical tools. But they don't filter specific wavelengths. Blue light glasses are engineered differently. They contain materials designed specifically to absorb or reflect that harmful 400, 400, and 455 nanometer range. Regular glasses just let it pass right through.
So it's not just a coating they slap on the surface.
Not in good quality lenses, no. The best ones have filtering compounds actually embedded within the lens material itself. That's way more durable and effective than a surface coating that can scratch or wear off. The goal is to block a significant chunk, maybe 50% to 90% of that really problematic blue light.
That makes sense. What about the look? Some are really yellow, others look pretty much clear. Why the difference?
The tint often correlates with the level of filtering. Those noticeably yellow or amber lenses usually offer the maximum protection, maybe blocking up to 90%. They're fantastic for evening use when protecting melatonin is the top priority.
Right. But maybe not great for a Zoom call for work.
Exactly. So the clear lenses are more versatile for daytime, professional settings where you need accurate color perception. They typically block a bit less, maybe in the 50 to 80% range, but still offer significant protection.
And if you already wear prescription glasses, can you get this filtering added?
Oh, absolutely. This technology can be built into prescription lenses just as easily as non-prescription ones. The American Academy of Ophthalmology actually confirmed the filtering effectiveness is the same, assuming it's the same underlying lens tech. No difference there.
Okay, let's shift to the payoff. The tangible results. This is where it gets interesting, right? You pulled together 5 key benefits from the sources. What are people actually feeling or measuring?
Right, 5 key functional improvements. First up, less eye tension and tiredness. It makes sense filtering that harsh light reduces the constant work your little focusing muscles, the ciliary muscles, have to do. One study, I think from 2021, showed about a 26% reduction in reported eye fatigue symptoms during computer work. That's pretty significant relief.
26%, yeah, that's noticeable. Okay, number 2.
Better sleep. We talked about melatonin, and good filters target that specific 446, 477 nanometer range that hits melatonin hardest. Studies have shown people falling asleep faster, around 25 minutes faster on average, and, get this, a 58% increase in melatonin levels when they wore the glasses in the hours before bed.
58% increase. Wow. Okay, benefit 3 was headache prevention.
Precisely. By reducing that visual stress, you tackle a major trigger for tension headaches. Something like 65% of office workers report computer-related headaches. Filtering light eases the strain that often radiates into the temples and neck.
Makes sense. Number 4 is more long-term, right? Eye health protection.
Yeah, this is less about immediate comfort and more about the future. Because that high-energy blue light reaches the retina, there's concern it contributes to oxidative stress over time. So wearing the glasses is seen as a precautionary step, potentially lowering cumulative exposure that might contribute to things like age-related macular degeneration, AMD, down the road. It's about reducing long-term risk.
And the 5th one, enhanced performance.
Well, it follows logically. If you're less fatigued, less strained, and sleeping better, your concentration improves. There was a workplace study in 2019 where employees using blue light glasses reported a 17% boost in their own perceived productivity and made 23% fewer errors. Hard to focus when your eyes hurt and you're tired.
So if we connect this all up, it really sounds like certain groups should almost consider these standard gear.
Absolutely. Anyone spending, say, 6+ hours a day on screens, office workers, remote workers, definitely gamers, because the intense focus often means they blink even less, making symptoms worse.
Students, too, I imagine.
Big time. Especially with homework and studies stretching into the evening, that disrupts sleep, which is critical for learning and memory. And here's a really crucial detail the sources highlight. Children's eyes are different. Their lenses are clearer, letting about 70% more blue light reach the retina compared to an adult eye. So protection is arguably even more important for kids and teens.
70% more. Wow. Okay, but the glasses aren't a magic bullet on their own, right?
Right.
You need a broader strategy.
Definitely. Think layers of defense. First, use your device settings. Things like night shift on Apple or night light on Windows. Use those in addition to the glasses. That combination can cut exposure significantly, maybe up to 95%.
Ergonomics, too, how you set up your workspace.
Huge. Keep your screen about arm's length away, so 20-26 inches, and position it slightly below eye level, so you're looking down about 15-20 degrees. That angle helps your eyelids cover more of your eye surface naturally, which reduces dryness and strain. Simple adjustment, big impact.
And then there's the famous 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds.
Yep, gives those tiny focusing muscles a break. Studies show doing that consistently can cut strain symptoms by up to 45%.
Which sounds great, but let's be honest, who actually does that consistently? I think I managed it for like 3 days once before forgetting. Does the research suggest that if we're failing at the simple stuff like 20-20-20, the glasses become even more important as a backup?
They absolutely become a more critical piece of the puzzle, yes, a vital mitigation tool if the behavioral changes aren't happening. But that loops us right back to quality.
Yeah.
Because if you decide you need them, how do you know you're getting something effective? The price range is huge, right? $20 up to $200 plus.
Yeah, exactly. If I see a pair on Amazon for $20 claiming 90% blue light blocked, why should I shell out $80 or $100 for another pair? Is it just better frames? Or is that cheap pair maybe not blocking the right kind of blue light?
That's the crux of it. Very often, those super cheap pairs might block some blue light, but maybe only at the higher end of the spectrum, like closer to 500 millimeter. They might miss that critical 455 millimeter melatonin suppressing zone almost entirely. Mid-range options, say $5,100, generally offer better verified filtering in that crucial lower range, plus usually better lens clarity and build quality. The key is to look for verified filtering data, specifically for the 455 millimeter range, not just a vague percentage or a brand name.
Okay, verified data. But is there any quick way to check at home if a pair is doing something?
There are a couple of simple, though not perfectly precise, tests you can try. First, the reflection test. Hold the glasses up to a bright light. Look at the reflection off the lens surface. Good blue light filtering lenses often show a distinct blue or purplish reflection. That indicates light is being bounced off.
Okay, a blue-purple reflection. What else?
Second, the isolation test. Find a pure blue LED light source, maybe a small keychain light or even some decorative lights. In a dark room, look at the blue light directly. Then look at it through the lenses. If the glasses are effectively filtering through light, that LED should appear significantly dimmer, maybe even shift color slightly towards green when viewed through the lens. It confirms those wavelengths are being blocked.
Good tips. And just to confirm, some common questions safe to wear all day, can you wear them over contacts?
Yes to both. High-quality ones are perfectly safe for all-day wear if you need them. And absolutely, wearing them over contacts just adds that layer of filtering protection.
Okay, so to wrap this up, it sounds like blue light glasses are, well, much more than just a passing fad. They seem to be a genuinely useful tool, protective gear almost, specifically for how we live now. They target those specific high-energy wavelengths normal glasses ignore, and the evidence shows real benefits, less strain, fewer headaches, and critically better sleep, and maybe even better focus at work.
Absolutely. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, we really need to ask ourselves a proactive question, especially thinking about the next generation. Given the solid evidence that children's eyes are significantly more vulnerable, letting in maybe 70% more of this light, and considering the sheer volume of screen time this generation will face over their lifetime, should we start thinking about high-quality, blue light filtering glasses, not just as an optional accessory, but as a standard essential health measure, kind of like sunscreen for our eyes? That's definitely something for you to consider as you navigate your own digital life.